In fact, according to the Gallup organization's poll on who's who in America, the Great American Success Story, they found that the top people, the top 1% in this country, read an average of 12 nonfiction books per year. That means that you can join the top 1% in the nation by simply reading one book per month. One nonfiction book that develops your mind and expands your ability to think in a subject that interests you. One book a month will put you in the top 1% in a very short period of time. If you were to read 30 to 60 minutes each day, as I'll recommend later, 30 to 60 minutes each day would translate into a book per week. A book per week would translate into over 50 books a year. Now just imagine if you were to read 50 books a year for the next 10 years. How many books would that be? That would be about 500 books, if you can work it out. Now let me ask you a very simple question. Do you think that if you read one book a week for the next 10 years, in a world where the average person reads less than one book a year, do you think that would give you the edge? Do you think that would affect your life in any way? Do you think that would change your career and your income? Do you think it would change your environment? Do you think it would change everything that goes on around you? You bet your bippy it would, because by the power of suggestion, by feeding your mind with new information, 500 books in 10 years will transform your life in such a way that you will never be able to recognize it. Right, the next thing with regard to feeding your mind is listen to tapes. The discovery of audio cassette learning has been considered the greatest single advance in education since the discovery of the printing press, or the invention of the printing press. Audio cassette learning brings the finest minds in the world with their finest thoughts thought out, scripted, edited, tightly compressed and put together into your hands for a few dollars a tape, and you can walk, travel, jog with some of the greatest minds alive for only a few dollars. Listen to tapes in your car. Do you know the average person who drives spends 500 to 1,000 hours a year in their car? 500 to 1,000 hours a year. The majority of those people sit there and listen to the radio. As we call radio, with all due respect to people in the radio industry, it's called chewing gum for the ears. Because it just goes on and on. 500 to 1,000 hours is the equivalent of 12 and a half to 25 40-hour weeks. You know what that means? It means that you are getting the benefit of, or could be getting the benefit of, as much as 12 and a half to 25 40-hour work weeks. Imagine if your company would send you away for 25 weeks to study every single year at no extra charge. Do you think that would affect your career and your earning capacity?